Hello. Hi, and welcome back to Flowers in the Summertime. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We are cruising along on Ending Quest 2024. We got the Lover's ending. We went back and we scooped up all the bad endings. And then we got the Dahlia ending, which was adorable. And now we're gonna go claim some more. Because there's still a few more endings that we need to get. And once again, we have to do this starting from the beginning, but this game has a very, very convenient feature that lets us do a whole bunch of skipping. So that is what we're gonna do. Again, this is gonna be real fragmented. The only thing we're gonna see is new scenes, as well as endings. So we're just gonna be making choices and all that fun stuff. So yeah, there's not a lot left for us to do here. I don't know that there's many more unique scenes left. I don't know that there's many more unique scenes left, so it's probably going to be pretty fast moving going forward here. And depending on what I'm able to say between new scenes and endings, you know, we may have to just like do some creative editing, or I could just be a total slop-mo about it. And just leave all this in, all this dead air. All right, so this is the first of, we talked about it last time, visual novel bullshit. This is an event flag. And if you don't do this, then the ending that we are trying to unlock, we at any point, if we get to a scene where we hear something or we have a decision to make that was not part of the original storyline, and we choose to go back to sleep or ignore whatever's happening, we lock ourselves out of that ending. So we need to get all of the flags for this particular ending, and lucky for us, that's pretty easy to do. You just gotta, you know, be attentive and pay attention. Be attentive and pay attention. I learned that lessons from the Department of Redundancy department. I also have this lovely bottle of water. It's apparently made by Gatorade. I got it for free. When I went to the store today, they were just handing them out, and they're like, here's this zero sugar electrolytes Propel made by Gatorade. Zero sugar electrolytes? Does that mean that it has zero sugar and electrolytes, or is it just zero sugar, but it has electrolytes? I wish that they were a little more... I wish that I could taste electrolytes to know that... Why is this in the middle of a Flowers Let's Play? Why is this the conversation I'm having in the middle of a Flowers Let's Play? Going by how hungry I am, I reckon I am up quite a bit earlier than usual. Fighting back another yawn, I pull myself over to the side of the bed and pick up the uniform that's folded neatly on the seat of my wheelchair. As I get changed into my uniform without the help of my usual carer, I consider the fact that a week has already passed, and now my Amitie partner, Takasaki Chidori, assists me in place of Sister Basquiat, who helped me dressed in the past. Over the last 7 days, Takasaki has got me up in the mornings, taken me to class, and eaten 3 meals a day here in this room with me. My Amitie partner's taken on all of my care duties other than bathing. I look over to the next bed, finally realizing what's behind the strange niggling feeling. As I'd suspected, the bed is empty. I take care not to crease the pleats I put in my as I put my clothes on. It's not like I care that much personally, though I don't like looking overly shabby. I'm of the opinion that as long as you're wearing something, you're pretty much fine. Creases and wrinkles are just a fact of life, or so I thought until not that long ago. After I'm dressed, I look down at my pristine, unwrinkled uniform. I think back on the family trip we'd taken to Italy. Regardless of where you went, there was a clear difference in the treatment you received at fancy European restaurants based on the clothes you were wearing. No matter their social standing, any guest thought to be dressed improperly wouldn't receive stellar service. And if you were really unkempt, they wouldn't even let you in. However irrational I have found it, the general uptightness it made However irrational I found it, the general uptightness of it made a real impression on me, and I resolved to always present myself well as a kind of courtesy. I get into my chair and head over to the desk so I can check the clock. How are you getting up if you are not having somebody wake you up? You are just like sleeping till 1 p.m. I have enough time to go back to bed for a bit, and I'm considering doing so when I realize, yeah, that wouldn't be a good, then you would be unkempt and you would not receive service. Instead, I reach for the partially open window to reveal the source of that niggling feeling. When I open the window fully, air flows into the room and the cool morning breeze caresses my forehead. I gaze out at the dew-wet trees for a while, taking in the morning air. She out there singing again! The whisper of a voice, the source of that earlier disquiet, it's... When I strain my ears, I can hear a voice singing perfectly in pitch. A lonely voice, one which really sinks its claws into my heart. However, you gotta admit it. A fragile, far-off sound carried through the unknown quiet of the morning. I listen, rapt. It really is quite otherworldly. I hadn't been aware of it until now, but it occurs to me that she must have been going out to practice her singing every morning between sunrise and my waking up. You are one to talk. At first, I'd found it an annoying switch-up to my daily routine. Life is just a matter of killing time as I see things. It's not like I yearn for peace and quiet. The occasional irregularity isn't so bad. I don't know if I should be saying this, but spoilers! I don't think that's the way it's gonna happen. I close my eyes and enjoy her singing, so faint that it's constant danger of disappearing until it finally stops. Okay, and I think, yeah. Okay, you're upsetting Shirahane. Fair account. Okay, pointless question. It was an accident. We've been through this now. We know what's going on. None of these! The rabbits had fallen ill, of course. All right. So now we are going back in.
No.
That's a good tune. I don't know why. I like it a lot. Alright, so now we hear her again. As I'm lying in bed, I hear the faint sound of singing drifting through the open window like the distant warble of birds. Let's listen to that again. The melody is so faint that I wouldn't have picked up on it at all if I didn't already know it was the sound of someone singing. Still not fully awake to the world, I pull myself across the bed and grab my wheelchair. I make my way over to the window. The lilting tune drifts in through the opening. Just like when I'd heard it before, there's something sad about it.
万人に向けての歌じゃない。
It's not bad. I slowly closed my eyes to better listen to the pleasant tune. Oohs and ahs. All right. Let's study together. Okay. You're my best friend.
白羽がされたらショックで白目向きそうだ。今
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. As I rub sleepily at my eyes, I recall having gone to the chapel yesterday in my quest for a special skill of my own. If only I could sing too. It's not like me to have such a fantasy. I'd imagine myself singing alongside the rest of the choir club, and then I'd run away.
あんな風に歌えたらな。
Oh. Just a normal girl with normal... We just have normal needs and wants. You're not quite the eccentric you think you are. Like Mayuri Kosaka. No, like Chidori Takasaki. How great would it feel to be able to sing like her? I imagine I'd feel so radiant. Is this jealousy? Am I jealous that she has something that I can never have, no matter how much I may want it? Now that's a little pessimistic, because I think that singing is like even somebody is with as absolutely hideous a voice as me, I could be trained. Like, singing is a learned skill, so I think that that's something you could. And and Erica has by far a more pleasing voice than I could ever hope to have. So I am sure that she could absolutely, and there's no doubt in my mind that the voice actress handling voice acting duties for Erica at this point can absolutely sing a very, very pretty tune. Still dozing, I take honest stock of my emotions. There are things I'll never have: legs that dance with a light step, a voice so beautiful it enraptures whoever hears it. I can hear it faintly if I strain my ears. I easily get lost in the sound. Oh, it's so cute. You already memorized the song. You're already there. You're halfway there. That wasn't bad at all. You gotta start somewhere. As I listen to the gentle voice, it takes me a while to realize that I'm humming along with it. Okay. You do it. You got a good voice. All right, it was an accident from someone's good intentions. It's a nickname for the place where them scripts was kept. Okay, let's take up an instrument. It's not strange.
別に
Bad idea.
発音ですが、さしすせそのしは
All right, Takasaki's singing again. I wait until the following day, around the same time that thought occurred to me. Why would you ignore it at this point? Like, I can't understand, like, why would you ignore it at this point? I hear a voice, so faint that I would have missed it had I not been on alert.
高崎の歌か。
She usually sings in the morning, but it seems that today she's practicing now instead as the evening starts to draw
いい
in.
歌だが。
I have other things to focus on right now. I gaze up at the window to my bookworm buddy's room. Although I thought I think that, like, it's just noticing it. Although I thought I could cut around the front of her yesterday, she was already too far ahead. I wouldn't have been much fun to have been left waiting over at the school, only for no one to turn up. Which is why I'm now waiting outside at the same time as the other day to see if she comes out
どうしたの
again.
こんな場所で。
I recognize that voice of all the people to be spotted by.
夕涼みだよ。外にいたら悪いか。別に構わないけど。
She's probably wondering if I was listening to her singing. I wasn't! I totally wasn't! Her expression betrays a mixture of embarrassment and anger.
そろそろ肌寒くなってきた。部屋に戻った方がいい。寒くないけど。エリカは戻らないの？私はもう少し夕涼みしていくよ。肌寒くなってきたのに？
It's kind of similar to the original scene, I believe. She's so damn persistent. She scratches her cheek and goes on awkwardly.
約束の第二外国語の勉強だけど。
Yeah, you did. You
これから教え
promised.
てもらうのはダメかしら。
Oh. I'm about to repeat the word promised incredulously, but I stop myself when I see the imploring look in her eyes.
悪いが、そいつは後にしてくれないか。ちょいと用事が詰まっていてね。昨日もそう言って後回しにしたでしょ。そうだったか。
Her expression has changed to one of irritation, but but out of the corner of my eye, I've just spotted what I was waiting for. Shirahane has finally stepped out into the corridor.
話は後だ。それじゃ。
So that's kind of the same.
ちょっと話は終わって。
I spin my wheels, making a fast getaway and leaving her voice far behind me. It's so rude. Now open up to me. I was a big jerk. Wear a skimpy swimsuit. Undress me. And be perfect as the princess. Chidori. Too nervous. Rooting for the underdog.
方眼美。
Making sure you didn't feel up Shirahane in the infirmary. Alright. I sit up and look over at the bed next to mine. As I'd expected, it's empty. Let's listen to that singing some more.
随分と物悲しい声じゃないかよ。
I strain my ears, trying to make out the melancholy melody. It reminds me of the first time I heard her singing. No.
あの時より胸に迫る。
I think of those words I'd heard her utter, that she was repeating the same thing again. If we're to follow the principle of Occam's razor and seek the simplest explanation, it would be that someone had been injured due to her own selfishness before.
あんなに青くなっていたもの。
It was probably also during a ballet performance or practice, and the similarity of our present situation to one that has reopened wounds for her.
くそ。
The sad notes of her song seem to affirm my thoughts, and I avert my eyes from the window and the morning mist coiling in through it. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
今日の朝食は。
I'm a fair young maiden.
私も乙女だぞ。
Alright, he was a random student. Wearing a pierced green. Spotted someone loitering around. They needed to search the art room. Suo Shirahane! It is you! Okay. Oh yeah, right. We get to peek up your skirt. You're right about what you don't
好きなもの
want. Maybe because I complimented your dancing.
覚えなら
None of your business. Okay. I recall a wise saying from a Japanese movie after school. I'll do your hair. Let's do it. Alright, so this is where things originally cut off. We do watch and listen to the song again, but that's fine because it's a good song. Who doesn't like a good song? It's a good melody, good tune.
わからなかったこの気持ちさあ
Some real typical anime ending theme poses here.
言葉はまたすれ違う
I wish I had $1 for every anime ending theme that had this pose in it. I would have a real weird way of making money. Oh my god, that's such a good picture. Precious doll baby. So good. The red string of fate that ties us together. Ain't that just the best? So this has become part of our daily life too, huh? I strain my ears to listen to the faint sound of singing coming in through the slightly open window. The tone is beautifully delicate. The sound of it warms my heart at the same time as it reaches in and squeezes some deep part of me. The fresh morning dew lands on the scene outside the window, a hazy quality. Outside the window, a hazy... what? The fresh morning dew lends the scene outside the window a hazy quality, and I suddenly find myself thinking of the elementary school I attended previously for a brief time, and a girl who was in the same class as me. She was smart, beautiful, kind, elegant, and a very talented pianist. I often found myself gazing at her back during class. Listening to the singing has suddenly reminded me of that girl who I never once spoke to. The sensation deep inside my chest. I raise my gaze from the dew-covered ground and look up at the clear blue heights. Looks like it's going to be another hot one. I realize I'm humming the tune I've heard here time and time again. No, you're singing it now.
目覚めた瞳映るのはあなたの笑顔と美しく咲く花抱きしめて全てを
I guess I've listened to it so many times now that it's stuck. I smile to myself at the fuzzy feeling that thought feels me
なかなか上
within.
手じゃない
I spin around, startled by the sudden voice at my ear.
声をかけずにもっと聞いていれば
Aww. My amitié partner, who had just been singing beneath the cherry tree, smiles impishly. She caught me sitting here, gazing out the window under her spell. It seems that I ended up getting more lost in thoughts of my youth than I'd intended.
私が歌っているのを見て笑ってたんだろう
Oh.
そんなことないとても上手だ
Aww.
ったわ
Ever since my sister laughed at me for it, I've avoided singing. It's a secret complex of mine. But with a completely serious expression on her face, Chidori praises my voice and my timing and says it truly moved her. The quiet melody that so tugged at my own heartstrings.
私はエリカと一緒に歌いたい今の私が私でいられるのは
God, it's so good!
あなたのおかげなのだから
My amitié partner, our first meeting went terribly, and we've butted heads so many times since then. She's had to overcome so many hardships. She's had to overcome as many hardships as me. But our hardened hearts eventually melted, and we opened up to one another. And now here we are, with her asking me to sing with her. I look at my amitié partner's serious expression, and the affection I feel spills out of me in a bright laugh.
そうだな一緒に歌おうぜ相棒
Aibo. It's the best thing you can call somebody. Your Aibo. Not crying, you're crying. Man, that's so good. That's so good. Standing beside the window, my amitié partner smiles. A breeze rustles the leaves of the trees, and a breath of it sneaks through the window to gently stir her silky hair. It brings with it the smell of the forest mixed with the scent of peaches. Her clear green eyes urge me on, and I clear my throat in
さ
preparation.
あ歌いましょうエリカ
Sing your damn hearts out. And even now, the girls continue to sing together hand in hand. Okay. Man, that's good stuff. That's just good stuff. That's just good stuff. Oh, my lord. Okay, so with all that stitched together, I do believe that is not. Why do I keep going there when endings is literally right over here? That leaves us. So that was the true ending, and that leaves us with just 2 more to grab the next time we're together. So I had a couple of weird mishaps with this video while I was recording it, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and let True End be its own little thing. And we will be back next time to finish out the last 2 endings and whatever else may be left. So as always, thanks so much for coming by. I hope you have a nice rest of your whatever, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye!